Hi, everybody. It's Monday, June 12th. Live chats with Maggie and Bunny. I'm Maggie. That's
And I'm
Bunny.
Bunny.
Hi, everybody. How are you today? So, our topic today is Bunny.
Maggie did a thing.
Maggie did a thing. Maggie did a thing yesterday. Well, it was kind of 14 years in the making, this thing that
Yes.
Maggie did, but Maggie got married
Maggie got
yesterday.
married. Yeah.
Maggie got married. Is there a song for that? Maggie
I don't
got
know. There
married.
should be. We should make one.
We should make a song for that. I think that'd be a good song. But I did it kind of backwards
Mm.
because we have been together for 14 years. We had our first honeymoon probably 4 months after we met, before we moved in together. We've had probably, I think, 5 honeymoons altogether. So we're
Yeah.
not going on one this week. So yeah, we lived together for 14 years, and about 3 weeks ago, Bunny,
Yeah.
was it 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago is when
About
I found out. So yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, we decided to get married.
Yep. Make it
We are
official.
proof, yeah, to make it official. So we are proof that you can plan, organize, and do a wedding in 3 weeks.
You can. And a
And it was
beautiful one.
actually a nice wedding.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. So for all those listeners out there, don't think that you need 7 years to plan for a wedding, because you
Yeah.
don't. You can you can do it in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And it
So
was so great. It was so great with all the, as you called them, the fairies or whatever, the helpers, the people that helped out with the wedding too, your siblings, your close friends, and your family. And it was so nice. Everything went off without a hitch. It was so
yep.
perfect. You even were, well, not you weren't worried, but Mr. Mingay, Peter, was a little bit worried about the rain that we had in the morning. But like you said, you told the universe, you could rain in the morning, you could rain in the evening, but not during the wedding.
I
And it
needed just
listened.
a little 15-minute window. Just a little
Yes.
15-minute window.
Yeah.
And we did. It didn't start raining until it was over.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was worked out beautifully. It
It
wasn't too
was.
hot.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and everything, like you said, all of my little friend fairies and family fairies, they all worked together, and everybody did things to help to make it happen. My sister put the hot rollers in my hair so I
Yeah.
had nice hair. Everything. There was nothing else that I could have asked for. it
For
was
sure.
it was a beautiful day. We did kind of do it backwards
Yeah.
because we started the wedding with a toast with our family, like with
Mhm.
our Peter's boys and my son and his wife. So we started with a toast, which people who were watching online might have
A
been
little
confused,
confused.
thinking it was the end of the wedding. And then after the toast, we started, instead of walking down the aisle like people normally do for a wedding, because I didn't want to do that.
Hmm.
I'm I'm too old for that. I've already done that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something different. So we did something different. We had our first dance
Yeah.
first before the wedding start. And it was lovely,
It was.
even though it confused our guest a little bit.
A little bit. I was there to
It was
explain.
okay.
So
It was okay,
it
because a
was
lot of
okay.
people in our life were confused, because
Yeah.
a lot of people thought we were already married.
Yes. And I do want you to bring up as well the instead of the exchange of rings, what you had chose to do, what you guys chose to do it, because we love that. So many of us love that. So
Uh, yeah, lots of people were talking about that somebody's going to steal that idea. Well, I kind of stole the idea.
yeah, everybody should steal the idea, to be honest.
Everybody steals ideas. And yeah, I had said to Peter that I didn't want a new wedding ring, because he had already given me a sapphire and diamond and gold band
Hmm.
that we chose together, that I've been wearing for years, that I liked. And I said, if we get new rings, where am I going to put that?
Right.
And so I didn't want new wedding rings. That's what I was already wearing, is now my wedding ring instead of just a ring.
Yep.
And so I was looking for different ceremonies that you could do instead of that. Plus, because we are marrying later in life, you won't probably have that normal
25
50-year
year.
wedding
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
anniversary. Well, I'm pretty sure that 50 years I won't be here,
Yeah.
but you never know. So what we did is I got a box that my niece decorated beautifully
Mhm.
with our names and our wedding date. And inside the box is space for a bottle of wine. So we put a bottle of wine in there and both of us wrote each other a note and put it in the box as part of the ceremony. That on our first anniversary, we will open the box, drink the wine, and read the note.
Mhm.
And that we will continue to do that every year for the
And
rest of our
for the
years.
rest of your lives. Yeah. So,
And so every
and
year we get a new bottle of
yep.
wine and a new note,
Yep.
so that it's sitting there. And
So
then it worked
awesome.
out really neat because I made little cards that say wedding wishes, and I invited our guest to put notes in there too that we'll read.
Mhm.
So we've got those in the box.
Yeah.
So
So
one
incredible.
year from yesterday, we're going to be able to relive the memories of this wedding day, both by looking at the notes we wrote to each other and the notes that our friends and family wrote
So
for us.
perfect. It was so perfect.
And it just reminds me that we have to look at doing different kind of ceremonies like
Mhm.
that sometimes. And especially if you're getting married later in life, you want to do something
Mhm.
different. And that's why I chose the whole backwards upside down theme, because you can do things different. There's no rules.
Yep.
And life is meant to be lived. It's
Mhm.
meant to be lived the way you want to live it.
Enjoyed. It's meant to be enjoyed and lived to the
Yes.
fullest.
And to be for each person. And that's something that we can learn from each other. And I continually learn every day that everybody is entitled to live the life that they choose.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be a cookie cutter thing that you have to do this and you have to do
Right.
this. And I believe in this, so you should believe in this.
Yep.
No, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. And as long as you're not hurting other people by being unkind,
Right.
live your life. Live your
Mhm.
life and create beautiful ceremonies and beautiful
Yes.
moments. And I mean, like I said to you, and that's why I didn't care about the rain, because
Yeah.
hey, a month ago I wasn't going to get married. So why is rain going to stop me?
Right. 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 Absolutely. It was so everything was just so perfect. Everything I don't know, everything came together exactly the way that you wanted it. Everything was it was so nice. It was your day and so much of it was about you and Peter and for those of you out there, don't worry, Maggie's gonna hyphenate, so you'll still know that who she is. You'll still be able to find her. We're not going away that way, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It was just so beautiful. I'm still in the afterglow of your wedding and how amazing that was to be a part of it. It was just yeah. I mean, from the flutes that were being played to the officiants that are your friends and business partners and in one of your other businesses because you wear many hats to your family, your friends. It was perfect. And in your backyard and Connor. We can't forget Connor as well. So
He made his presence known at the wedding, and especially at the end. He was very
yeah.
happy that his mommy and daddy got married, and we'll put
Yeah.
pictures up there. So if
Yeah.
you want to look, you can see some of the pictures
Yep.
of it. And the other thing that I would want to encourage people is, do you know your life can change on a dime?
Mhm.
You know, you may be thinking, oh, this could never happen to me, but it can.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you bring that up because we do know that our life can change on a dime, but often we think of it in a negative way. That because we do know that we have experiences that happen that completely change your life, and if somebody passes away suddenly, that completely changes your life. That
Yeah.
completely, but it can also happen in a good way. Like so that can, and so we have to also focus on that and calling in those miracles and calling in those times and everything. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
an incredible thing to think about.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I just a few weeks ago, I had I was at a group and somebody had said to put in a jar, and she made a jar, and you were to put in the jar something that you were letting go of, and something that you were bringing into your life. And one of the things that I put for what I was bringing into my life was a lot more joy and happiness.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was reminded that, you know, before we decided to get married, I had just put that in the jar.
That's incredible. And when you said
And
before we decide to get married, really the truth is that Peter said, "Hey, why don't we get married?" And you're like, "Yeah, okay." Right? Like so so you sort of agreed. It was his idea to get married soon, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's not like anybody was forced into it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, and I do believe completely that the universe was making this
For
happen.
sure.
And the universe knew on June 11th this was going to happen
For sure.
before I even knew,
Right. Working behind the
before
scenes. Yeah,
before he even knew. Because I
absolutely.
do believe that the universe works behind the scenes in ways
Yeah.
that we don't understand and
Mhm.
that our brains cannot even comprehend.
Not like you couldn't even come up with it. You couldn't
I,
because if I would ask you 4 weeks ago, hey, we're gonna throw a wedding for you on June 11th, you'd be like, what? You're out of your mind. So,
well, and the funny thing is, that's how this whole thing sort of came about, is because my business partner for the other business, we were having lunch
yeah,
after a funeral one day. And she said to me, Maggie, when are you and Peter getting married? And I said, this side and never.
yeah.
That was my answer to her. And I thought of that yesterday, and she reminded me. And
Wow.
I reminded her today in an email. And I said, so apparently this side of never is a time.
Yeah. Apparently it was June 11th, 2023.
Apparently this side of never exists. So to our listeners, just be careful, because this side of never comes true. It
Yeah.
happens.
Oh, that's
So
incredible.
yeah, it's life can always change on a dime.
Hmm.
So never lose hope, no matter what you're going through, that you can have something happen to you that's wonderful without even expecting it.
Right.
Just live it and let it happen.
Absolutely. Well, I guess maybe on that note, we can finish up for this week on the great news that Maggie did a thing and she got married to Peter. And so yeah, I guess we'll close up today. I'm gonna just let you know that you can find us everywhere where podcasts are, and you can always reach out to us by email at above and beyond at gmail.com. I almost forgot what it was there for a second. Or even through Messenger through our Facebook page. So yeah.
And if any of our listeners out there are songwriters and
Yeah.
want to write that song, Maggie did a thing, I'd love to hear it.
I would too. Absolutely.
So send us the lyrics and the music to Maggie did a thing.
And we'll get Maggie to sing it.
No, she won't.
Yeah.
Bunny will sing it. Maggie did the thing.
Yeah, yes, you did the thing. That was your part.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Till next week.
Talk to you later.